The lifetime she was wanting to sort of tap into was the architect of the planet, and she is right, and it doesn't need to be explored more than what she has already explored with that. And the intentions for the planet were indeed to be much more beautiful and painless, and the experience to be wonderful and not so challenging. It's almost so impossible, so impossible. It was impossible to actually learn all the life lessons, and that's why there was only a few people that could ascend naturally, and it was taking multiple years, multiple disciplines to be able to graduate, and it just wasn't right. It was doing too much negativity for humanity and for the planet and for the universe. It was impacting heavily on the universe. The mist from all the negativity of humanity was raising and expanding out and affecting neighboring planets, and it was, the negativity was being felt with other consciousnesses, and so it needed to be resolved. It was not good. It was not good. It was not good.
Okay, is there anything else we should know about that before moving on?
There is no significance really for Joanna to learn about it, and it will be revealed. But this is why she has such a profound connection to humanity. And all of her lifetimes have been preparing her for this one, like everyone else is. And so we can say to her, she is diligent with her work, and she can back off a bit and not take it so seriously. She can have fun with it, and she is starting to use her own intuition and having the flexibility of the sessions. And so she is being a bit more flexible from what she used to be, and she's enjoying it too more now. She is on a good path.
Okay, so you said that Joanne prepared for this in many lifetimes. So in this lifetime, what is Joanne's life purpose?
Is to help humanity, is to learn unconditional love, share unconditional love, be able to transmute energy, suck out all the negative energy that's on people and ground it back into the earth so it can be recycled. Where she is able to connect with other light workers, and there's so much that she does too, and then she is connecting in her sleep state. She is doing other stuff. There is no time where she isn't working, and that's why the thought of going into the black void would be just obnoxious.
Okay. And is it good for her to be working in her sleep as well, or does she need sometimes just to sleep?
Her body doesn't need much sleep, and she is doing what she needs to do. She's working. It's managing. The body was only acknowledging how tight she is putting the pressure on herself, and so she is learning and understanding that, and she can see the samples we're giving her, the conversation, the words are limited, so limited, so limited. We can't express to her all that we want to. So we're showing her the scenes while trying to have a conversation with you and keep that going so we can give you the verbal answers that you require, but we also are showing her a whole lot of other scenes behind the scenes.
Okay. And what other lessons did Joanne want to learn in this lifetime?
All of them. And she said before that she did all of the lessons of life, all of the feelings, all of the experiences. She wanted to experience it all for herself. There's nothing she didn't want to experience. And she thought, when she was referring back to Jasmine, that she had said that she didn't want to lose a baby, but that was also in her life contract, and she did lose Boston. You know, Boston is fine. It was fine. She did recover from that. So there it is, so much she doesn't want to even acknowledge that she has learned in this lifetime. She has. And she knew what she was worried that she would lose a child, and she felt like she has experienced everything, and she knew that there was something she hadn't experienced, and she was starting to get anxious about that. And we just wanted to say to her, your anxious fears of losing one of your children has already happened. It did happen, and you have hidden away that pain, and you can acknowledge him, and it is fine, and it is all a lesson, and it is fine.
Okay. So you said Joanna has hidden away that pain. Is there anything that you can do to help Joanna release that pain today?
We have helped her through sessions, and so when he was set free and he did come into one of her sessions, it's also all the lessons. She learned so much in the sessions. She is learning nearly all the emotions and all the situations of everything in this lifetime. It is a very, very busy lifetime. And sometimes she feels overwhelmed with each scenario, but she's nicely putting everything into place now. She's not blocking it with holding on to the emotions of it. She's releasing all of the emotions, and that's what she's been in training for doing for so many years. She knows not to hold on to the emotions, so she has released it, but it was very hard at the time. And she has released it. She has released it.
Come in and answer what council she is part of.
Galactic Federation is what I see.
She's part of the Galactic Federation. And is there anything we should know about this Galactic Federation?
The Galactic Federation, it's a membership that she has as part of when it was starting to happen. We're showing Joanna now this. It's just like a committee. What I explained to her is this is like a committee of people that are overseeing everything. And she was one of the beginning members of this because it was small. There was only a small amount of beings that were dealing with this little hobby planet called Earth, and it just got out of hand.
Okay. And we would like to learn more about Joanna's role in helping start the planet. What was her role? She has had in another session a very brief experience about being a light being overseeing the plan for the planet. Can you tell us more?
So it was about setting the intentions of what the planet was going to be, and in the Galactic Federation Council, there was the committee meetings of what was going to be on the Earth before it was performed, before it was existing. So the blueprints of the planet were all laid out, and so there was only a few groups at the time that were dealing with this work, and then it's got much, much bigger as much more other beings came and had interest on the planet. And then so the representations of the council members from all the different places got bigger and bigger and bigger. So Joanna has more of the history of what's happened on this planet because she was one of the founding members of in this committee. When things started getting out of hand, they needed to have more support and more voices for the intentions and to make sure that everything was going to take place. Her role was focusing on the fauna, focusing on the plant life and exploring all the different types of plants that could be existing and nurturing and transporting a lot of different plants, a lot of different designs from different planets, and just playing with what would be working with the planet and how it would be functioning. And it was a busy job, but one full of love and care and consideration. So I think that is why it's just tremendously heartbreaking to see all of these beautiful species of different types of plants that no longer exist because they have just been taken off the grid. The special plants that were supposed to be for humanity to nurture them properly have been tampered with, and this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is a hard concern. Is that this was perfect? All of these plants and all of the plants that were here when people started arriving, it was fine. It was fine. It didn't need to be tampered with, and the greed, the control, and the destruction, and just the slaughter of what was here to provide an amazing existence was limited and destroyed. And so a lot has been lost, but there are banks of seeds and all of the knowledge is there, and it will come back into the new earth and it will be fine. It is a disappointment because a lot of planning, a lot of work went into it, and while there has been great lessons that have been learned from what has happened to the planet, it is okay. It is okay. It is okay.
All right. Thank you for that. And does Joanne have a soulmate? And if so, who?
No, she had the twin flame, which is her brother, and that was just a connection because that's who she really needed the most when she was growing up, because she was so isolated and neglected that the only companion she truly did have was her brother. And so it was not a romantic thing. The twin flames are twins, but they are fiery and they learn from each other and they also help each other grow. And so that is the trait of a volunteer, is that they do have a twin flame, but they do not have a soulmate.
Okay. Is that a trait of all the volunteers or just some volunteers?
All of the volunteers. Often when people would come to live and have an experience without having to save humanity, they're like, this is fun, let's go and have a human experience on the planet. And they would have a little mate, a little soulmate, a little boyfriend, a little girlfriend, some big being person. They would go together. It's like was a vacation, holiday, life experience that people would come, beings would come. Please understand what you're saying. It is beings that used to come together as mates to go into the human body experience and to have fun and learn and explore, while their other bodies were in a different dimension. And so this was a holiday as such, and it's the best way we can explain. So often you would go together, and so that would be your soulmate, and you would have many lifetimes together, unfortunately, because you would get stuck in the wheel of karma and you'd have to keep repeating it. And while people signed up thinking it would be, actually they only thought it would be one lifetime, just a small trip. They only thought it was going to be a small trip. And they didn't know. They didn't see how things really were and how low the energy was and how there was manipulation and corruption. And so when they came down, it got out of hand very fast and for a long time. And so those souls that have been stuck here trying to get out of the karmic cycle, this is a very big push for them to be able to be released from it, because it's just like when you have great lives and you evolve and you have many great successful lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes, and you get on the higher scale of vibrational, you learn all your lessons, and you do come back with more lessons that you've learned. Really, you don't forget anything, really. So each lifetime is more and more and more and more and more, and you have all your skill sets, especially now with the veil being so thin, it's basically invisible now. There is really no such thing. If you're ready to ascend, you are able to, because there is nothing stopping you. But
Okay. Thank you for that. And can you explain to Joanne what is the message when she sees a fan-tailed bird in her garden?
she was worried that it was a sign of death, because there is like a barrier, like a myth in Māori mythology, and so she was concerned because she's never seen the bird before. She knew she had it in the backyard, but she sees it nearly daily, and it is not a death. It is a death as such, of like changes, but it is also to be seen as joy and frolicking and being zippy and having a fun time in the garden. And this is from her life when she was a pixie, but it wasn't a pixie, it was a spriteling. So when she was a spriteling, this is what we wanted to remind herself of, because she had such great joy living her life as a spriteling and having fun and freedom. And she does need to connect with that a bit more. She has experienced that lifetime, and it's important for her to remember about that lifetime, because the reason why she came down to volunteer was because that lifetime she could sense the negativity from the planet. So while she is a multidimensional being, there is other essences of her, and so the spriteling lifestyle, the negativity and the horribleness that humanity was doing for it themselves, their negativity could be sensed from other high vibrational beings around the universe. And so, as with all negative planets, so there was some planets that were close and they could sense it. They could sense what was happening to humanity, and it was bumming them out. So they did need to go and volunteer and help. And so Joan experienced that. She experienced the lifetime and the essence of knowing that there was something that needed to happen. And so this is a reminder when she sees the fantails that everything that's happening, and if she does feel scared again, or she does feel overwhelmed and loses her focus, she needs to remember the lifetime of the pixie, which felt beautiful and wonderful. She would prefer that lifetime than the void, than God essence, because she doesn't feel anything in God essence. It's nothing. It's just a pause, and it means nothing to her. The real life energy that she loves was the other lifetime when she was a little scribeling, and that's felt like it was surrounded in love. She was literally marinated and surrounded in love, and it was her favorite lifetime.
Thank you. And what will happen at the event around July 2020, and also at the event around late December? What can you tell us about that?
It is the last big push of energies, and so it will be fleets coming in with all of their high vibrations, and they will be using all of their technologies to help Earth with her transition to expand. So they will be beaming down lights of high vibrational energy onto her, basically just marinating her with extra love, sort of like electrifying her from the inside to let the expansion go. They needed to have those times to be able to get into our atmosphere because of the magnetic fields that can't block them. They can't, they've been waiting. They've been waiting to have these windows of opportunities to go into the fields. There is these electromagnetic fields that they can't go through. They have to wait for a gap. It seems weird to Joanne, but it is all perfect divine timing for it. So while they can enter safely when they can enter, because they've been in our SF, because they have been in our SF, because they have been in the, I could say the word, see the word, we want to call it something else, and Joanne is trying to translate it. Because they've been in your atmosphere, we want to call it something else. Stratosphere. We want to call it stratosphere. Joanne's trying to say atmosphere. We say back off. This is our conversation. We say this with love. This is two windows of opportunity for us to come in and help humanity with the final expansions. We are waiting to be able to enter in. People want to see the ships. It will be clothed. They will see pretty lights, which will be our essences, and that will be for the people who are aware, who do feel connections to us in these ships. And it's all going to be good. It's all going to be.
Who is coming in these ships?
Sorry?
Who is coming in these ships?
Palladians. There's a whole lot of different beings. Lots of different beings are coming in to help. It's kind of like all of the Galactic Federation members are all coming in with their vehicles to come in, and they're going to do all of their magic contracts. Basically, this is just the easy way to explain it. Coming in to be able to come in, and all of the species, all of the beings that want to help humanity. So usually they have an invested interest because they have their own people, their own special people who have volunteered to come onto the earth. They have their own lost people who are stuck on this earth that they also want to help. So that's why there's going to be a lot of exits. A lot of people exiting is because they just want to go home. It's just too hard. They're not enjoying it. They have manifested a shit fucking life, and so they just can't get out of it. They would love to, but it's just too hard. They're so rigid in their own belief systems. They have collected a lot of like-minded family members and friends that also are really low vibrational, just stuck, just generations of stuck. So there's a lot of the Galactic Federation ships are coming in to help collect the people who need to return, because these souls can't just go home. They want to, in their bodies, in their human bodies, they don't want to die. They just want to be collected and returned and just nurtured and have their memories recalled. When the big event happens, everyone's amnesia goes. It is the shockingest part, because everyone finds out the truth of everything. It's like, I want to say this, it is like a disco when everyone's dancing and having a fun time, and then the end of the disco and the lights turn on, and the shock of dancing with someone who you think was really cute because of his cool dance moves, and then the lights turn on and he wasn't so cute after all. We're saying this in terms of life. You've all been dancing in a disco in the dark, not really knowing what you're doing. And now we're about to turn on the lights. Oh, look at us using the reference of the Flash. We find this very funny that we have just made a pun for your entertainment. We are turning on the lights for humanity so you can all see the truth. This is when people will decide to go home, because they recall what their real lives are, what their other lives are, what their bigger lives are. they realized that this little vacay, this little holiday that they thought would be a little sweet, fun trip, actually has taken a lot of toll on their souls, especially the beings who have done the crimes against humanity, the people that got stuck at the disco, the dirty disco. Now we're showing Joanne people in like really old clothes at the disco.
Okay. And does Joanne have any connection with the Orions?
It was part of just the Galactic Federation I was going to say energies, but it's collectives. She has been working with all of them, and so she does know all of them. She hasn't had a personal, like, she's not asking about this lifetime. It's just she does know all of the. This just goes back to the Federation, the Galaxy Federation, the Galactic Federation. It's not what they call themselves, but that's what when people ask us, this is what they're referring to. It was actually just a committee, the committee of people, and we all get on. We all have kind of the same missions, but other people wanted different outcomes for Earth, and it is just reminding people that this disco is a game, but it also is an entrapment, and the game has gone on for way too long, and it is time now. It is time now. It is time now for it to have the lights on, and we understand that it is scary because there's been a lot of, while it is hard. Well, it has been very, very hard. We appreciate that no one likes the changes, and this is going to be a very abrupt change.
Okay. And what will Joanne's role for humanity be in 5D? What work will she be doing?
Helping people understand what that change has just been, why, how. They will need hand-holding support to understand. They will know, the clients will know everything, and they will be so shell-shocked, and it will be a big overwhelming experience. Some will need to be healed because of their own, I don't want to say crimes against humanity, but their own belief systems will be so profoundly shattered. So these are people who haven't done big crimes against humanity. They're just simply victims to the system, and they have risen their vibration enough to be able to make the shift. We want to take everyone that we can to the new earth. We want everyone to go on to shift with the new earth. That is the plan. Everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves that. But there are so many people that would literally, there are so many people, Joanne has been shown, when the lights turn on, so many people will die from the shock of it because it's just too much. They've manifested so much ill health on them. They have got themselves trapped in such a tiny little bubble that when the bubble is popped, they literally die from the shock. They die from the shock. And so what they will see is massive destructions around the earth. They won't even be able to comprehend what is happening. They won't understand it.
Okay. Is there anything else we should know about that?
Do not feel bad for the people that get left behind. There is lessons in all. You are to focus on the people that need your help, who ask for your help. We are speaking to both of you now. There is not much time left. There is not much time left. The lifetimes that you are both experiencing now will be drastically finishing very soon. The lights to your disco will be turning on. and the new life and the new changes will be drastically different. Please help the people who ask for their help now. They are stuck still. They just need this work. They do need to have the healing, the profound healing that these sessions do provide, the answers that are given.
Or does Dolores have a message for Joanne today?
She's doing a great job, and I say this to her all the time. And she is on the right path. And she isn't breaking any of the rules. She just has the same curiosity that I did, and that is fine. And when she feels like she's pushing the boundaries, it's because she is pushing the boundaries. She is allowed to explore this work however she wants. She's finding the truth. Just because the truth is ugly and upsetting sometimes does not mean that it is not right. I pushed through a lot of my own boundaries, and I got criticized for that, and I do not want her to limit herself with the fear of people judging. Those people are not the researchers, and the truth says that they are. They are the naysayers, and we do not have time for them.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any messages for me or Sarah? Does Dolores have messages for Sarah?
I chose you, Sarah, because you do have amazing potential, and you are an amazing being, and you are protected in everything and all the wisdom that you have been given from this session, even more than you thought you would be able to get, is true and valid for you as well. Thank you for connecting with me. I know it was out of your comfort zone. There is so much that you are right on. And the company is doing some backward flip-flops right now, and it is not something I had ever wished upon the company. It was hard enough to have the company shook from other people trying to misuse the work and go in a different direction, but that's all fine. Joanna wants to know what Dolores' opinion of Alba Weinman is. And Dolores would like to say, oh, she was a pain in my side when I was alive, and I can see why she's a pain on your side now. She is ego-based, and she is doing it for the entertainment and the show factor, and she is getting the limited clients with the limited experiences. This is why she is making up the nonsense and making a show out of it, and this is why a lot of people are noticing that there is hogwashery. It is not impressive work, and I do agree with Joanna that she is disempowering clients, but it is getting the name out there, and it is somewhat helping the clients. It is not disempowering them as much as Joanna was fearing. So I will give her a pass on that, but I am watching her, and I am hoping she will start doing the better work that she should be doing. But now she has got in a tiff with my daughter, with my family, because she was outed. She was misusing the QHHT work, and she did have ill ethics. And I said that to her when I was alive, and I say that to her now.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Dolores, do you have anything else you would like to share with Sarah and Joanne today?
I feel very proud. I feel very proud that my work has been respected and honoured and continued. It is hard. It is very hard to navigate through it, especially when you both have your own inner work struggles to do, and you are acknowledging that, and you will be moving forward with it. It is nice to see. It is nice to be there, and I will be there with you, Sarah. If you feel like you need more support or more guidance, I will be there with you in those sessions. I will be helping provide you with the clients and giving them little nudges, just like I gave you with little nudges to go and study with the QHHT Academy. A lot of things are changing. a lot of things are changing more dramatically and rapidly than we even thought, even though we felt like time was running out. It's really running out. It's an exciting time. It is an exciting time. It is an exciting time. And I want to leave you with my love and endorsement and encouragement for you to continue on your path and only focus on what makes you happy, what brings you joy. You have great passion for humanity, and I am so honored that you want to help humanity with the work I have tried to help provide to humanity.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dolores. And is there anyone else that wants to come into this session?
I hear someone saying hello, hello, hello. I don't know.